Let me take you back to London, 1814. It's a crisp October afternoon in the parish of St. Giles. The streets are alive with chatter. The smells of coal smoke and baked bread fill the air. But none of the residents know they're about to be hit by a flood of beer. It all started in a brewery on Tottenham Court Road. Moo and Company, one of the largest brewers in London, had these massive wooden fermentation tanks, some holding over 135,000 gallons of beer. Imagine a tank as big as a house. Now, one of those tanks, it had been leaking for a while. The workers didn't think much of it until the unthinkable happened. One of the iron rings holding the tank together snapped, and then, boom, the tank exploded with such force that it took out other tanks in the brewery. In an instant, over 323,000 gallons of beer came rushing out. That's enough to fill 500,000 pints. The wave of beer smashed through walls, knocked down houses, and flooded the narrow streets. Some witnesses said it sounded like cannon fire. Others, they just ran for their lives. The hardest hit was the nearby slum. Families living in tiny, overcrowded basements were completely overwhelmed. Tragically, 8 people lost their lives, some drowned, others crushed under debris. But in true London fashion, some locals saw opportunity. Ever practical, some people grabbed buckets, mugs, whatever they could find, and started scooping up the free beer. Stories say a few even tried to sell it. But as you might imagine, the cleanup wasn't so fun. The streets smelled like stale beer for weeks, and the brewery was actually taken to court. But get this, the disaster was ruled an act of God, and they didn't have to pay a single penny in damages. It's one of the strangest disasters in history, both tragic and absurd. A reminder that sometimes reality can be stranger than fiction. So, the next time you grab a pint, just imagine, what if 323,000 gallons of it came rushing toward you? Cheers to that. Know any other bizarre tales from history? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear about them.